Welcome back to the Fallout 4 Next Gen Upgrade Modded Let's Play. So, we spent a lot of time getting more supply lines, but we also spent some time moving the plot forward. So now we are members of the Institute. Which means now we are free to continue moving out the rest of the companions. So let's go report that Mr. Maxson, we've joined. We're in.
Elder Maxson.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. So, I'm willing to overlook your lapse in judgment, since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans. I now have two missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right away. There could be data vital to the success of our mission on that tape, so we can't afford to take any chances. The second part of your mission requires a bit of background to explain. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland.
Yeah, without Lee, you couldn't beat the game in 3.
With the Brotherhood, and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
What sort of differences?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the capital wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Just keep your mind on the mission, and don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck, Knight.
Amazing that you literally cannot follow me inside of it, but... Anyway, since I'm here... Hold on a second.
vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
All right.
Serum?
We had a deal. I help you.
Right.
It should still, with any luck.
Damn it, Rangiku, you salute. What am I saying? You are unbelievable. I'm being kind of stupid about that. All of you are unbelievably.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Alright, you know what? I have an idea. Second. Quick save. Context. Don't worry. All I really need is something that gives me full context for everything I say.
POV. You dozed off first at the goth mommy's party. Now no one's going to get any sleep. POV. You dozed off first at the goth mommy's party. Now no one's going to get any sleep.
Right?
POV. You dozed off first at the goth mommy's party. Now no one's going to get any sleep. POV. You dozed off first at the goth mommy's party. Now no one's going to get any sleep. POV. You dozed off first at the goth mommy's party. Now no one's going to get any sleep.
Alright, guess nothing can be done there.
Got it.
FEV lab. We'll do 2 at 1. Standing. The Institute's atmosphere has a really interesting vibe to it. I don't find that thing attractive because it looks really weird. I don't find it interesting because it's like, what? Thing interesting. I don't. I really.
Conserve power at every opportunity.
Damn you. Alright, Dr. Lee.
Dr. Lee.
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
The Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood of Steel. To find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lions let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place...
So yeah, I'm not really hateful. I
I
just don't.
be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood having problems working for something.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that. But still, how can I turn my back on all of this?
Hard speech check.
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish. All those innocent people up there, dying. Here I am, surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right. It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Alright, Virgil. I'm gonna give you your goddamn medicine.
Virgil?
I'm running out of time. I need that serum.
Yeah, here we go.
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. Right? Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Can density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
That's good.
It is. But there's only one way to know if it works. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
It'll work. Don't worry.
I hope so. We just have to let the retrovirus run its course. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
Alright then, Virgil. Enjoy your newfound humanity when it comes back to you, and it will. Alright. Strongest Magic Knight squad. Anyway. Nah. Oh. Well, it's always a color, or it's not always a color.
Excuse me, Elder Maxson.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Pridwin. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
The reason we have to continue doing the Minutemen, doing this quest line, is because we need to get Dance's stuff.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute.
The Brotherhood, huh?
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Here you go. I've already made myself a copy.
Alright, now we're gonna go get Dance. Place.
Folks are just looking for a hand. All you gotta do is offer.
Paladin Dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Yep.
Ready.
Roger that.
You want to travel with him? Okay. Just watch your back.
That's an interesting warning coming from someone who dabbles in manipulation and subterfuge.
Yeah, these two are in opposing factions.
I'd like to discuss with you.
Go for it.
Go on.
I appreciate appreciate your time. This isn't a formal meeting. I simply want to clear the air. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an apology. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well...
That's very kind. Thank you.
Well, you deserve it. When I was in it, he was from the moment I fought by his side.
It sounds like he was trying to...
If he was. After I was... The news, it's because...
I'm flattered that you have so much faith in...
You've earned that. Well,
Right.
Alright. Eat some steak.
Hey,
Yeah?
your thoughts?
Ridding the Commonwealth of that mutant. I'm pleased to see.
How do you think things are?
I'm not sure right now. Perhaps you should ask me that later.
Didn't have anything else.
Very well.
Craft something other than a paragraph.
Alright, now let's help out Dance. Get some more of Dance-like.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I build, too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best-case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxson told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. As blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxson and Kel have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime.
Oh, buddy.
The capital wasteland is a
I miss you, Liberty Prime. I just hate the fact that you're working for literal assholes now.
ever had at its disposal. Fortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing them back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Pridwin, I'd just swap out its fusion pile. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
No problem. So.
Attention! Any soldiers who have not yet received a field assignment from Proctor Tegan should speak to him at once. That is all.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
We had a deal.
I said I'd return to the Brotherhood of Steel, and I have. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Why won't you help us?
But look at my character.
Answer, Doctor.
I originally left the Brotherhood because I was tired of being stepped on and used. First, there was the water purification project, designed to freely benefit the entire capital wasteland. Even though the Brotherhood allowed it to be activated, they wanted to control it. But that wasn't enough. They forced me to help design Liberty Prime. Turned my work into a weapon of war. I had enough, so I left. It's as simple as that.
I have to say, Sherry and Brago are by
care what
and
happens
it's
to
not
the
just the winners of the
We want to
battle.
stop the Institute from using its technological superiority as a weapon.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her slides ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Would it be possible to speak off the record for a moment?
Go ahead, man. I'm here for you.
This is difficult for me to say, so I hope you'll bear with me as I try to get through it.
When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience. For both of us. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a Brotherhood soldier that you don't already know. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideals close to your heart.
I'm flattered to hear this, but I feel like there's more.
There is. I'm just not very good at these sort of things. Let me start at the beginning.
I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the ruins and selling scrap. When I was a bit older and had a few caps to my name, I moved into Rivet City and opened a junk stand.
While I was there, I met a guy named Cutler. We got along pretty well. Watched each other's backs and kept each other out of trouble.
When the Brotherhood came through on a recruiting run, we felt like it was a way out of our nowhere lives. So we joined up.
What is Rivet City?
Rivet City. Must be post-war because I've never heard of it.
You're right. It was a settlement built inside the remains of a beached aircraft carrier. One of the safest places to live in the capital wasteland until the Brotherhood arrived. It was the perfect location for me to try my hand at being a merchant.
Huh.
I hard time picturing you as anything but a soldier.
Clearly, I was ignoring my calling. Anyway, about a year after we were posted to the Pridwin, Cutler vanished on a scouting hunt. It took some convincing, but I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad and search for him. It took almost 3 weeks, but we tracked his team down to a super mutant hive. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered everyone but Cutler.
Abominations.
He should have been so lucky. The mutant bastards used their FEU to change him into one of their own kind. He wasn't Cutler anymore. I had to... It was my duty to put him down.
Hey, you did what the Brotherhood taught you.
Then you understand why it had to be done. Ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest. Hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never considered any of them to be a good friend. That's what I was. Until now. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond with someone, then losing them. It changes you. I don't want to go through that again.
It'll never come to that. I promise.
Even though I'm well aware that you have no control over it, I appreciate the sentiment. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand.
Whatever the case may be, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen. Building something?
Oh yeah, I'm using more legendary mods. Let me open up my Foot Locker first, because I'm kind of tired of that. Do I even have a Foot Locker? Fucking Devon Johns, got Devon Johns. There, but as the author explained, it's just not.
Proctor Ingram?
Wow, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stand...
It's not irreversible.
Charming, isn't she?
Okay.
Did we make a mistake asking her to help?
Nah, don't worry about it. We might not be best buddies, but we'll get the job done. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
What do the actuators do?
Pretty simple, really. The actuators are what allows Liberty
If-
arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way
Okay.
easier to simple
None of you.
distance he has
Okay.
in the past.
Here's the thing.
We're
A
gonna
lot of
have to
technology.
phase out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need
So,
to
I'm-
do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Also, I have so much shotgun ammo from the Waste and the Contraptions Workshop stuff. Like, if you can build your resources, you can get a lot of free ammo, essentially. It's not free, but scavenging and making steel, making fertilizer, you pretty much take care of all your ammo needs. Real easily.
Identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed. Going down. All clear. Basement.
Let's see. Save crackers left a leg.
That's it.
Only one safe cracker.
Nothing there after all. Please stand still.
Justice administered swiftly and fairly. Warning, this unit is not bound by the democratic code.
Alright. Interesting little maze-like version of events. No problem, Finral. No problem, Finral. Just touch it. Just touch it, Finral. This. He starts paying for it. I mean,
Attention, fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
kind of oddly not satisfying. It is when it fucking happens. God damn. Yeah, but it's also very... No, it's not dumb. Wow, the maze is not even a joke. This is pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible if you don't know where to go. Like... No, you will look at me. Mm-hmm. The smell, it must be gross. That smell... Right there. But honestly... I thought you were being gross, but I realized we were not... Oh, right. Earlier, which you... But yeah, it's just kind of not pleasant to think about the smell like thick leather all over the place. Ew. Pleasant when everyone's coughing. That doesn't mean... And I really don't care. Oh, fine. Seriously, fuck off. Fine. Sorry. I think Melon was weirded out by the ink, but yeah, I don't think Melon cares. Like, if he... What the fuck are we gonna talk about? Why am I upset? No reason to harm a friendly robot. Nah, it just sounds gross. Thought you guys like... Critting. You know, combo spell. But honestly, it's fine. Like, I feel like some people just need their little... But, you know, my ass will shit with my... Laminates. Fine. I can't imagine you liking it. I would you, but... It got a bit more hostile. I don't know. Not hostile. Alright. Now we see how this thing goes up against something like Super Warlord. Basically, the reason if I end up when I'm in the latter half of the map, enemies will scale towards my absurdly high level. This fucking jacket makes you look so sick.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs, the same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
She's right.
Of course she's right.
Yeah, you dumb. You dumb. That's it.
Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s.
There. Yeah, magic.
The installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what we're asking you to do. Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier of the glowing sea. I suggest you head out there first and establish...
No, yeah, honestly, it's more like he just honestly, it's just kind of weird that he doesn't act.
You can say hello. Good luck, Knight.
Yeah, actually, it's... Yeah, honestly, I'm not fucking... Honestly, it's kind of goddamn weird. Minigun, ammunition. Gonna put this back on again because it's the glowing sea. Dance likes you gain the freaking power. Somerville Place. That's why you set up defenses around this place. This place is right next to the edge of the glowing sea. I'm not surprised they get random death claws. I'm just surprised they last this long while suffering from the chance of getting attacked by random death claws. Character there. Yeah. So, oh, I see. If you're just gonna do that, why just...
Halen?
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Yeah, it kinda is, hasn't it?
How have things been over there?
Pretty well, actually. We've had the occasional sneak attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint
No, I had pains.
rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no, not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
At this point, I'm really taking perks just for the sake of taking perks. That's like basically the best use of the jetpack. Just not as a jetpack, but as a jet jumper. No?
disposal facility.
Alright, I think it's safe to, like, check in on you since you're not a superhuman anymore. So it doesn't matter if Dance does anything to you. Huh. Well.
Welcome back. It needs some refinement, but I think we can consider my serum a qualified success.
This is a qualified success?
There were some side effects to the process. I have hair again, and I've retained some muscle mass. The genetic resequencer needs more work. Still, I take your point. This is a significant advance, but only for one strain of FEV. It will take years, perhaps decades, to generalize my formula. Still, you have my gratitude. You're welcome to make use of my lab. Or help yourself to any of this junk, if you want it. In the meantime, I have a lot of experiments to run. Excuse me.
Yes.
It's a literal miracle cure, but unfortunately there's no way to manufacture of it. But we need more. The cure, right? Did we cure? Yes. Yeah, that's right. Nah, we... Here. Who will even have Wonder Glue? Oh well. Ran the character. It's also, yeah, like, where's this? So I'm not like bothered by it. Alright. Kind of amazing that in the story related areas, nothing scales higher than 22. But we go off the beaten path, suddenly everything is able to get over level 100. It's nuts.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
Who's Atom?
Atom is all. He is the bringer of light, the great divider. He is the infinite worlds within all of us.
That's seriously dope.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. This place is holy. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
What's this Great Divide?
One day, Atom will return, and his touch upon the Earth will bring the Great Divide. His glow will spread, it will illuminate, and it will birth infinite worlds from within us all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Atom has no
Nah, it's not. It's really not bad.
He returns.
Just weird.
These relics will carry his word and his glory to all corners of the earth. That is why they must be safeguarded.
This man is obviously delusional. I recommend we switch tactics.
Okay.
I want to spread his, glory. Look, the bombs will get used, okay? Isn't that what you want?
Perhaps then I have misjudged you. If you would see these relics used, then Atom's will is done. Take this and prepare to enter his inner sanctum. Follow the brilliance of the glow. May Atom's radiance warm your soul.
May the atom be with you. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, the whole idea of future people straight up worshipping the nuclear bomb because it was just that powerful to change the world or whatever. I kind of dig that as a concept, and I think that it was interesting things were done with it. Now we can start the dance.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance.
Now that this site's been secured, you should return to the airport. I'll remain on watch until the vertebrates arrive.
Good idea. Wouldn't want these things falling into the wrong hands.
Exactly. I'll meet you aboard the Pridman as soon as these bombs are counted, tested, and loaded. Outstanding work, Knight.
Dang it. Well, as long as someone enjoyed the Minuteman. Honestly, I'm just as fine. Honest.
Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module. Online. Audio functionality test. Initialized. Designation. Liberty Prime. Mark II. Mission. The liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets. Any and all red Chinese invaders.
Yep, that sounds like the patriarch.
Full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
Woo!
Him on our side. I don't see how the Institute even stands a chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
Mag pump, thank it.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude for you. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Elder Maxson.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe.
Well, I have something to hide from you big time, but...
Entry from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something. Unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
I won't do it. Dance deserves a chance to explain himself.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or debate. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight, and I expect you to follow it without question. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
This is a part where we jump off the.
Halbert pilot to station Epsilon.
Basically.
Halbert pilot report to station Epsilon. That is all.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about it.
I understand. On to your orders, then. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
The Brotherhood? Maxson's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't have time to discuss it right now, Halen.
Why? In too much of a rush to pull the trigger? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you...
Why can't I agree with her?
...back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen! You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
Very good, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
I want to agree with you. Are we going to get to agree with her in secret or whatever?
Scribe Halen?
So, are you ready to take on your first assignment?
Ready.
Great. Let me explain what I need you to do. One of the Brotherhood's most important duties is... I have a list here. Good luck.
Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on...
Jesus Christ, really?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement.
It's a plea. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Damn. Well, you exist. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think they're all. I think Mel pointed out that what actually. Yeah, Mel doesn't care. It's. Yeah, I think Mel pointed out that what what happens is that people who really like tech. So, in preparation for getting Dance and keeping him in the party, what I'm gonna do is get another mod that makes me keep Dance. Huh. That's rare. Usually people make black people white when they make mods like that. Alright. Alright then. Alright then. Dance. Dance. You dance.
Intruder, identify yourself.
I have a feeling we shouldn't be here.
Hi.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded.
Yeah, he never knows he's a synth.
To hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that we're good friends, and this must be very difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been?
You are my friend.
Might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Halen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright. Alright.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his...
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
I refuse because your orders are ridiculous.
How dare you? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the breast of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood,
And,
all the blood I've
yeah.
shed in our name, how can you say that about
But yeah, nature nurture is kind of...
What we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
That's insane. He dedicated his life to protecting man.
This is why the Brotherhood is terrible, by the way. Listen to this nonsense. Listen to this literal garbage.
Its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now.
It's important to, at this point, bring up that there's a cut ending where you could kill Maxson here by having Dance beat him in a trial by combat for the right to take over the Brotherhood of Steel.
That I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I
There's
thank you
there.
for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
If Dance dies, then you lose me as well. I can't stay in good conscience if his life means that little to you.
Unbelievable. You'd be willing to sacrifice your career for the sake of a machine? So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxson like that.
Friends take care of each other.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Which is
Damn
why
it.
I decided to stay here. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still.
But yeah, Gauss is pretty cool. I wouldn't call it an alien.
Wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
Can't you come with me now?
You heard what Maxson said. If I'm seen aboard the Pridwin, at the police station, or at the airport, not only would I be killed, I'd undermine his authority. I won't do that. But if you need me to take the fight anywhere else, I'll be there.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxson knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Dance looks so weird without power armor. Anyway, let's complete blind betrayal and officially get Dance out the Brotherhood. Dance, you suck. I love it. Oh. Your bitch ass over here.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Dance. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand this is the way for the game to reuse lines, or in the case I actually did kill Dance.
I'll never understand it, but I'm not going to mention him again.
Then consider this a lesson to reflect upon as your service to the Brotherhood continues. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
Body's not even cold, and you're already dividing the loot.
To the victor go the spoils. Being a part of the Brotherhood, you should learn to appreciate that sentiment. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
Tactical thinking is Brotherhood trying to take out the railroad, which we're not going to be doing, obviously. In fact, from here on out, we're going to be anti-Brotherhood Steel.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir. My orders are to help you capture the synth in the battalion. I'll be waiting. Please don't run.
So, bit of a wash. Hey, let's play the water again. Kill these raiders, because they're fucking scum. Yeah, kill them. Meat. Sometimes people get fucking hungry. Oh, you're the one. Okay. The power of the Tesla cannon, the fact that it doesn't chug ammo like it's going out of business, is hilarious to me. Like, seriously. Even ignoring this thing's base power, which is absurd, by the way. As long as we run into something that doesn't scale hilariously above our level.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
What is it?
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
Excellent.
The terrible shotgun.
Well done. Gear, I'm gonna guess you two are agents of just like me. So, made it to the top. Is the Institute so desperate for resources?
B592 initialize factory reset authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
What? You okay? Gabriel, can you hear me?
Got it.
This ain't over.
I'll take the sync back. This is X688. Ready to be there. Claim sync 592.
Shish kebab, shish kebab. Railgun. It's gonna work. Because if that's just a massive increase of damage, I'll take it. It's just
Sean.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
The Institute created that synth.
Yeah, buddy.
The Institute is responsible for what it does.
I disagree. A synth is no more inherently evil than a handgun. When a man dies by gunshot, is the weapons making him blamed? Of course not. The blame rightly falls on he who pulled the trigger. Yes, we created the synth. But whether they intended to or not, the Railroad's agents turned it into a killer. But enough about that. The task is done.
Idiots.
You
Sharks.
our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Your new quarters are here, sir.
Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's
When
actually
you're
useful.
here, sir. Father wants to see you.
Time for the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Son.
Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
After everything I've been through.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird question to ask your father, son.
Sorry, Father. Of course. You're right. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
What happened? What have they done?
They are in possession of technology that does not belong to them. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can harm them.
Where are the synths located?
A small settlement at the old Bunker Hill monument. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood to be getting wind of the presence of the synths. That
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
Alright, let's see here.
Tom needs you. Keeps bugging me about it. What? Why,
Has some real oomph to it. Man, the boy's been working on it. Tiny little package, but a hell of a big kid.
Is it safe?
You say so?
Desdemona.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the Institute. Been there and back again. Sounds crazy, right?
It's all true.
Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. You must feel justifiably proud of what your Minutemen have achieved in such a short time. Eventually, the Minutemen will devise their own plan to deal with the Institute. But I doubt your soldiers will place any priority on rescuing the synths inside. I'm counting on you being as passionate about freeing synths as we are. Please, work with us instead.
I'll stick with my people in the Minutemen.
Of course I'm disappointed. But hopefully in time you'll come around. The fate of the synths depends on it.
Desdemona.
Please, work with us instead of the Minutemen. The lives of many synths are at stake.
Alright.
Gotta be joking.
Alright, let's go reach Bunker Hill. Where did he come from? How did he do that? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I'd obey the laws of physics?
Hey, X4.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. The situation is we move in.
Right. Yeah.
Remember, you're the recall code.
Uh-huh.
SRB intelligence reports indicate that the synths are being built below the main structure.
Have it your way. Can't pick this.
Normally, I destroy Brotherhood Institute members for their stuff, but it's using Gauss rifles is hilarious, honestly, because it's just a lot to think about. It's a fucking lot.
I've been looking for you.
No, I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
You're safe, okay? I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, God, thank you. You've given us another chance at life. We won't forget it. You've given us another chance at life.
Okay.
Son.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Unfortunately, the writers of the Fallout TV show basically agree with you.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes.
A hand comes back to the apple that fed it.
Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. No idea.
That's okay. Weird. Damn. Damn, you idiot. My pain is good.
Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me. Would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this, they had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there.
I've seen enough. It's time to go back.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Wow, what appropriate goddamn music for this entire thing. Tactical thinking failed. Failed core mastery.
I've received word from the castle. Apparently, they've spotted hostiles scouting the perimeter. We should go find out what's going on. Is this a better time for that talk?
I understood. And I appreciated your trust in opening up to me like that.
Oh, good. I guess I was more coherent than I thought. It's just, I was ready to give up. I didn't care if I lived or died anymore. At least not for myself. And it was because of you.
I'm glad you decided.
Well, I hope I didn't. I guess we should...
Excuse me.
Is there something you need?
Come with me. I need your help.
Sure thing, General.
Alright. Before we do anything else, let's go and... Souvenir.
Best way to deal with the Brotherhood still is to stay out of their way.
Alright. These two turns at the castle before we... Alright.
Hey there.
Glad you made it in time, General. I guess we're about to find out if these new Minutemen really have what it takes. We've seen a lot of those Institute Pro things sniffing around. Looks like they're getting ready to try it. We've called in volunteers, so we aren't short of people. We'll see how these... But our defenses could use some beefing up before it's too late.
Okay. Yeah, it's a nice strategy.
Got a minute?
Glad you made it in time, General. We've seen a lot of those We've called it, but our
Sure.
We have a swarm of attackers approaching from South Boston.
Alright, there we go.
Have just teleported on our location.
All right. Okay.
Coming attackers from the southwest.
All right. Ooh, boy. Yeah, your destruction is. All right. And I'm out of ammo for you. Wow, this is a fight. Wow. Dude, this is insane. That's why we have these power armor wielding Minutemen too.
Excuse me.
I guess the Institute will think twice before tangling with the Minutemen again. I hear you're working on figuring out how to hit back at those rats. I hope you find a way, and soon. I'd like another crack at them, with the shoe on the other foot this time. I think Preston wanted to talk to you. Maybe he has some good news.
Point it out.
It's time for us to strike back against the Institute.
I have some good news for you. Sturgis found a way into the Institute. We can launch an attack whenever you say the word.
Thought they could push us around, and we showed them different.
What's the secret way in?
He's been analyzing that data you brought back. Turns out, it included maps of their whole underground complex. He found some old tunnel that's still open to the surface. Cooling water for their reactor, I think. I figure you can get in that way and secure the teleporter. Then use it to bring in the rest of our troops. We fight our way to their reactor, fix it to blow, and get the hell out of it.
We're the Minutemen, gold darn it. And that means we've always got to be ready.
Sounds good. I'll get the details from Sturgis.
We'll be standing by for you to teleport us into the Institute.
Hey.
Okay, what's on your mind?
That was it.
All right.
This is Radio Freedom with an after-battle report for the people of the Commonwealth. We've defeated the Institute forces, and they are retreating. You can rest assured that the castle is still Minuteman territory. We'll now return to our normal broadcasting. Keep those dials set to Radio Freedom.
Hi.
Not many doctors around these days. Should let me take a look at you.
Not interested.
All right. Excuse me.
Fuck. What the hell am I gonna... Alright. Oh, finally. A Gatling laser. Give me your godforsaken coat. It looks way too cool for someone like you. May not be happening the way I wanted to, but this should. Oh. Kids. Alright. Yeah, tell them Maxson said hi. Preston, we are literally killing everyone on this godforsaken blimp. Second thought, I could probably just bring McCree here. Okay.
What is it?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Alright. It's happening earlier than I intended, but we are going to be finishing the entire main story. Like right now.